to examine individual chapters, I thought it might be helpful to reflect upon the way in which the novel is written. The opening page reads, "Whomever has found this journal, you will find within the illustrious history of the personages and providences of the Garde Ecossaise, whom by God's providence and fortune preserved the life of the blessed and anointed King of France, Louis XIV, at his divine coronation until his solemn death in 1715. The book is written from the perspective of Robert Meldrum, who is writing the book in 1715, the year of the Jacobite Rebellion. When writing these memoirs, Meldrum is an older man of about 65 years of age, and he is looking back at his time in the Garde Ecossaise. Therefore, we must be conscious, when reading the work, that it is from memory rather than events in actual time. Therefore, on occasion, Meldrum's memory may betray him. Indeed, I use this angle to introduce readers to the whole concept of historiography. Historiography, put simply, is how history is written by those who write it, compile it, or tell it. Meldrum recounts the men involved and their activities. Meldrum declares that he is the regiment's notary and archivist and has kept records of its activities. Here you may see some parallels with Special Forces. The SAS kept a war diary in World War II, and the SAS have their own archive. With this air of Special Forces around the Garde Ecossaise, Meldrum declares that he is making public hitherto secret information about these men's activities. These activities, which have preserved the life of Louis XIV and many innocent people from certain death. Meldrum compiles these men's stories by going through the archives of the Garde Ecossaise, looking at mission reports and letters, but he also recalls conversations that he has had when working with these men. One of the joys of writing the Garde Ecossaise was trying to construct plausible and realistic primary source materials. In one or two cases, I actually used, cited, and integrated genuine primary source material into the fictional text, such as the printed pamphlet on the death of Anthony Ashcombe, the English Republic's ambassador to Spain. Again, mirroring Special Forces, we get the impression from Robert Meldrum that these men work quietly in the background, intervening in the most dangerous situations to save innocents whilst seeking no thanks or recognition for what they do.
This podcast is the copyright of History Gateway Limited, UK.